So this month I did something that I had been thinking about doing for a long time. I hosted a small get-together with friends where I taught them how to make ceramic jewelry. So part of the reason why I decided to finally do this is because I'm actually preparing to host a class in the downtown area of where I live this coming week. So I wanted to practice my teaching skills and get a feel for the flow of the class. Quite a lot of planning went into gathering all of the tools and materials for each participant. I wanted to make sure everyone would have what they needed at their station and at the table. For each person's station, I set out a 10 by 12 inch wear board. I got these from GR Pottery Forms, and they just create a really nice surface to work with clay on. It prevents sticking, and it's a nice surface to cut shapes on. I also scattered some rolling pins across the table and set out some washable napkins. Then I began setting out my tools in some handmade mugs that I've made. I tried to separate them based on the different style of tools, so carving tools in one mug, shaping tools in another, and so forth, just to try to keep it a little more organized, and then have one of each mug at either side of the table for easy access. I also put some ribs out for smoothing, as well as some sponges. I ended up ordering this kit of tools that came in this really nice little plastic Tupperware bin. I just got it off Amazon. I figured it'd be good to have a set that was specifically for teaching because I would love to continue doing these types of workshops, and I just thought it would be smart to have a whole separate set of tools so that mine wouldn't get mixed up. I did, however, bring out my nice diamond core tools for carving so that people could play around with those because they're so fun to work with and they're really nice for sgraffito. One takeaway from this class with friends was to maybe do a little bit more of a demonstration of how some of these tools work. I think sometimes because I've been working with clay for so long, I forget what it feels like to be a beginner and to get to know these tools and what the different functions are of each of them. So that was a really good takeaway and something that I plan to incorporate in my upcoming class. For this class, we were working with fun, colorful underglazes, so I was sure to put out some paintbrushes in different sizes. For this workshop, we just worked with underglazes. So underglazes can go on in the greenware stage before pieces have been fired. So this is really fun because you can add underglaze and then you could carve into it to create texture and patterns, and it's really versatile in that way. And then it made for an easy process afterward because I was able to fire my friend's pieces and then just add a layer of clear glaze. I also added some rolling pin guides to everyone's station, and these help measure the thickness of the clay that you're rolling out. So if you're using clay cutters, it's a nice way to ensure that all of your pieces are the same consistency and thickness. So here's a final look at my table. I had a lot of fun with just creating a vibe, adding some flowers and a cute tablecloth with a fall mum print. For the first part of the class, we walked through rolling out clay and using clay cutters to create different types of jewelry. I think one of my favorite things about this class and what's going to keep me coming back for more when it comes to teaching is just seeing everyone's creative ideas come to life. I think that's what I love most about creativity is everyone has it inside of them, even if they don't think they do. Like, they have little ideas that spark in their mind, and then they use their hands to bring those ideas to life through color and texture. And that was just the most amazing thing to see. And I just can't wait to continue experiencing that magic. So I had to come up with some type of way to capture everyone's final pieces so that I could keep them organized and know whose is whose. So I came up with these little sheets where people could mark which pieces they wanted me to fire and clear glaze for them, and also note what color hooks they wanted between silver and gold, or if they needed studs glued on the back. So it was a really nice way to just capture that information. After letting the pieces dry overnight, I did a bisque firing. So I laid all their pieces right onto the kiln shelf, since these pieces just had underglaze on them and I didn't have to worry about them sticking to the shelf or anything like that. After the bisque firing, it was time for clear glaze. So I carefully applied a few coats of clear glaze to each of their pieces so that they would come out looking nice and shiny and beautiful. I used high fire wire that's safe for the kiln to suspend some of the pieces that required glaze on all sides, and I hung them from bead trees in the kiln. After that, it was time for glaze firing. It's always so exciting to see the final pieces come out of the glaze firing. They're all shiny and complete looking, and at that point it was time for assembly. So for the type of class that I'm teaching, I'm offering the option to have me assemble one pair of earrings with jump rings and earring hooks, or also gluing the studs on the back. I use a certain kind of 2-part epoxy that's nice and strong. So it was cool to be able to assemble some of these pieces and see what they looked like at the end, because they turned out so cute. Overall, this was such a fun experience. I would love to host more of these at my house with friends, just for fun, and also to get out into my community and do more of these at local event spaces or boutiques or even coffee shops. I think I'm just really loving connection lately with other humans. I think the world we live in right now is so isolating, and to be able to gather together and make art and do something creative, it just feels really, really good for the soul. If you've been thinking about hosting a ceramics class, whether for jewelry or small objects and wares, comment below and let me know if you have any tips or if you have any questions about the tools that I used. I'd be happy to share anything that you might want to know. And if you enjoyed this behind the scenes look at hosting a small ceramics jewelry workshop, please let me know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to my channel so that we can stay in touch.